Hola, what's up, people? Wagwan, wagwan. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to Riley's World. We're here back again with some good news and some bad news and the ugly kind of news. You know what I mean? Everything is right here. You know what I mean? Disturbing news. I don't know. I don't know if to take it good, bad, or disturbing. It's anyway. Preseason done. Preseason done. That's for sure. Preseason is finished. Finito. Done. Gone. You know what I mean? Arsenal have a spectacular preseason. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. We had a horrible preseason, people. You know what I mean? We had, when I say horrible, I ain't even joking about it. It was not a good preseason. I understand the preseason game is all about match fitness and them kind of something, you know? Yeah, I get it. But we still need to win. You understand what I said? Winning is still a part of preseason. Now we can't go on and talk and be truthful about the situation. Winning is still a part of preseason, and we never win. We'll be able to even compete. You understand? We'll be able to even compete, people. So yeah, preseason done, it gone, it done, over with, you know, and Arsenal have one win in what, 4 games? You know what I mean? One win in 4 games. No. Does that spell Premier League champions? Premier League champions. Does that spell Premier League champions? You know what I mean? Blah, 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 wagwan. Wagwan, how you doing? How are you? Yeah, does not spell Premier League champions, people. We need to do better than that. I mean, like, as I said, I'm still going to say, I understand that it is preseason. I understand that, players need match fitness, and these are some of the things that we're trying to build up. You know what I mean? Players and the match fitness and that's not a song. We get it. We're trying to put it together. We're trying to make it work. You get me? These players are just coming back. Players are still not even back properly yet because Declan Rice and Saka haven't played a minute in preseason so far. Not even 1 minute in preseason so far. So it is understandable what is going on, and we can look at those situations and we can feel good about some of the youngsters' performance. You know what I mean? We can feel good about some of the youngsters' performance, and we can feel bad about some of the other players' performance, you know? And we're gonna highlight these players now. We're gonna highlight these players and we're gonna go through them one by one. A lot of them. You know what I mean? Yeah, so let's start from Gabriel Martinelli. No, Gabriel Martinelli, let's wait. Put him aside. Make Gabriel Martinelli stay for last. Gabriel Jesus. Let's start from Gabriel Jesus. So Gabriel Jesus came to us at a time in point where we needed a superstar. You know what I mean? We needed a winner. We needed somebody who know what it is like to win trophy, who know. You know what I mean? That's surrounding them. You know what I mean? And he was out of favor at Manchester City, and Mikel Arteta was a previous understudy for Pep. And you know what I mean? They make it work. Them did the damn thing. See me? Gabriel Jesus came to Arsenal and he was immediately at it. I must say, I like Gabriel Jesus when he was at Manchester City as well. I liked him when he came to Arsenal. You know what I mean? But we have to understand situations. Sometimes players do their time. You guess where I come from? Sometimes players do their time. What my club tend to do is this. We tend to wring out a player dry before we move them on. You know what I mean? Like I've done with Gabriel Jesus now. We're wring him out dry, you know what I mean, before we move him on. Now it's time for him to move on. We can't get him move on because guess what? His body is like down and nobody's willing to pay anything much, you know what I mean, to get him on. That's one. Two, everybody knows we want to get rid of him. Everybody knows we want to get rid of him, and because they know we want to get rid of him, it's like nobody's pushing out that interest to pay money for him. We want a certain amount of money for him because 20 million. We want about over 20 mil for him, and we're not seem to be attracting any interest at all pertaining to that money. You know what I mean? And so forth. So we're having a big problem. Big, huge problem. You get me? And we need to fix it. We need to fix it. So Gabriel Jesus is on the cutting board, and him just can't seem to just go. I think Napoli is in for him. But Lukaku need to leave Napoli. I don't know if he has made his move yet to Galatasaray, I think, and support like that, and we will see if we can move him on. I think he's on 200 and something grand a week. So his wages are some issues. His wages are going to be some issues, to be honest with you. So let's see. Let's see what will be the outcome of that scenario. It's not looking good. You know what I mean? No real suitors with no real money seems to be involved in this pitch. So let's see. And get it done, right? Don't know what just happened just now. The screen just cracked. My internet is a pain, you know. My internet can be a pain, like literally pain. You get me? And I call these people to fix this shit over and over and over, and I can't get nowhere with it. Back again, Michael in the building. Michael, Wagwan. Wagwan. Big up your damn self. Big up yourself. Yeah, man. Big up yourself. Yes. All right, where was I before I was rudely interrupted by this internet scenario that is still going on? You know what I mean? Still going on. Michael's back again. Big up yourself, Michael. Big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining the stream, bro. Thank you for joining the stream. I think it's my internet, and I don't know what's going on with my internet. I honestly do not know what is going on with my internet. Don't have a clue. Anyway, the show must go on. The show must go on. The show must go on. Yes, people, the show must go on. All right. So we are players that we need to get rid of, you know what I mean? And can still see you too. That's good enough. Let's go. Let's do it. Lots of rumors today. So let's move on from Gabriel Jesus to Reese Nelson. No, Reese Nelson has been at this club like forever. You know what I mean? Forever. It's like I've been watching this club since way back, and it seemed like Reese Nelson was there back then. That's how long he has been here. Seemed like he was right here with this club from way back then. You know what I mean? Coming in, we loan him out, we bring him back. We loan him out, we bring him back. We sign him on a new contract, we loan him out, we bring him back. I mean, like, is he a part owner in this club or something? You got me? It's a potential that has never been fulfilled. It really just never get off of the ground and just never materialize and just never kick on. You know what I mean? One of the most promising prospects that came out of Allen back then. You know what I mean? If anybody we thought was going to be somebody, it was Reese. You know what I mean? Anybody we thought was going to be somebody would have been Reese. You know what I mean? Michael said, I never thought bad of him. That's the thing. You know what I mean? He's one of our favorite child. He's one of our favorites, to be honest with you. But you have seen so many players come through and have made something and are doing something, and Reese is just there, just getting paid. You know what I mean? Reese is just there getting paid. and stuff like that. He just can't seem to make it in Arsenal football side. He can't make it none at all. And that's a worrisome situation. You know what I mean? He has 1 year leave on his contract. 1 year. Now we're in rumors that guess what? Reece gonna go on loan. Oh, freak, you gonna send somebody on loan with 1 year leave on his contract. Make it make sense. What? Are we allergic to money? Are we allergic to money? 1 year leave on his contract and we're going to send him on loan to West Ham. So when his loan finishes, he's a free agent. When his loan finishes, he's a free agent. You get where I'm coming from? Make it make sense. I'm just saying. It doesn't make sense at all. Understand me? We can't seem to muster any sort of funds. Why is it that we're so horrible in selling players? We are horrible in selling players. Why? It's not like these are not okay players. If this player was at Bournemouth or them kind of place, you know what I mean? See you, Blah. See you. Thank you for passing through, man. If these players was at Bournemouth or these kind of places, they would have get 40 mil, 50 mil for them long time. No, serious. I laugh, but it's not a joke, man. They would have get 40, 50 mil for these players long time if they weren't Arsenal players. Why is it that Arsenal players are so hard to sell? You know what I mean? Premier League champions players. Nobody's offering any money for them. There. A beautiful loan spell wherever I was, I can't remember. You know what I mean? Now he's back. He did a good job where he was, and yet still they don't want to pay the money for him. They don't want to pay the money for him. What do we need to do to get rid of these players? It's said Nelson, Martinelli, and Saka was supposed to be the future of Arsenal. They were supposed to be. They were supposed to be the future of Arsenal. But what become of them? Saka is carrying the mantle. The other two has fade away. You know what I mean? I think he's probably more talented than Martinelli for the wing. Maybe I'm not thinking without talking. Maybe I'm not talking without thinking. There was a talent there with Reece. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, there was a talent there with Reece. You know what I mean? We can't go around the fact that Reece, there was talent. There was a talent there. You get me? Where did it all go wrong, though? Where did it all go wrong? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know where it all go wrong, man. Reece just seemed to be falling out of form and favor. You get me? It's crazy. Crazy. Anyway, let's move on to the big topic. Gabriel Martinelli. Galatasaray has tabled a 45 million euro for Gabriel Martinelli. You know what I mean? 45 million euro for Gabriel Martinelli. We're talking about Gabriel Martinelli. You get me? And we've seen players gone for way more. That has way less talent. But they seem to just want to offer Arsenal 45 million for Gabriel Martinelli. Make that make sense? That don't make sense. You get what I'm saying? That do not make sense. And I understand the notion that everybody is saying the market is different. You have different type of market, and therefore you're going to attract different type of money. England market is different from Europe market, the rest of Europe market, and so forth like that. So if Gabriel Martinelli was selling in England, you would have gotten 60, 70 mil for him easy. But because it's outside of England, Galatasaray to be exact, we only going to be getting this amount of money for him. Okay, cool. Selling in England then. Find a buying club in England because he wants to stay in England anyway and selling in England. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everybody seems to be getting money for their players. Why can't we? Why are we giving away ours? We're tearing up contracts and all of these stuff. Well, why? You know what I mean? Why? Are we linked with Osimhen? All right. So the Osimhen, I don't know how true it is. I've not gotten any concrete journalists coming up with that links as yet. You know, speculation can happen. You know what I mean? Osimhen is a part of Galatasaray, yes. And it's just likely that questions can be asked. You know what I mean? Questions are meant to ask. So probably Arsenal want to ask a few questions on, you know what I mean, the Osimhen situation and to figure out if there is something that can be done. You know what I mean? If we can probably be able to bring a Osimhen our side while we push a Gabriel Martinelli on your side. You know what I mean? It can exercise a lot of different ways. We can exercise Osimhen and Martinelli in a swap deal with cash. Get me? Or we can just exercise them on a separate basis. If you sell us Osimhen and we sell you Gabriel Martinelli. You know what I mean? It can be a situation where, you know what I mean, it would be like that. Quite frankly, I need a striker at the club. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I need a striker at the club. When I get a striker at the club, I'll feel fantastic. I'll feel fine. You know what I mean? But with a striker coming in, that means somebody got to go. And when I say somebody, I mean one of the strikers that we already have. Osimhen is a straightforward, out-and-out striker. That means the likes of Victor Gunman Yakares or King Kai has to depart. You know what I mean? You guys can tell me in the comment which one of these strikers you think should go. You know what I mean? If something like that is to be given a green light. You know what I mean? Everybody have their speculations, everybody have their favorites, everybody like who them like and hate who them hate, and you know what I mean? All sorts of stuff. Everybody have whoever they want to have in their corner. You get me? It's crazy to see. Yeah. So everybody have who they want to have in their corner. It's just natural. It is what it is. You get me? It said, I think you should keep Martinelli. He is better moving on the counter. Martinelli is keepable. You know what I mean? But have you seen Martinelli playing in the last game that he played, man? I mean, like, I don't know if it's rusty or it's just going backwards. You get me? There's so much going on with Martinelli. It's confusing me as well. You know what I mean? Why is it that Martinelli seems like he's just not getting any better, man? Why? What's going on? You know what I mean? We're looking for Martinelli. We thought Martinelli and Saka, as was mentioned earlier on in the chat, would have been the way to go. You know what I mean? We thought that they would have been our light to glory. You know what I mean? One on the right, one on the left. We thought we'd find our wing combos. You know what I mean? We thought we'd find our chicken and chips. You know what I'm saying? We thought that, yo, this was it. Where did it all go wrong? Where did it all go wrong? Why is it that Saka leave Martinelli so far behind? I don't know. Newcastle United could give you 60 to 70 mil to replace Gordon. Newcastle need a replacement for Gordon. Why they are not in for it? You know what I mean? These are the kind of questions that I'm asking. You know what I mean? We just took Bruno Guimaraes from them. Why didn't they include Martinelli in the conversation? That could have been a straight swap deal, you know? That could have been a straight swap deal. You know what I mean? They're valued about the same price in England. That could have been a straight swap deal. Why didn't they have a conversation with us about Gabby? You get where I'm coming from? These are the kind of situations we're talking about. We need justice. We need justice, man. We need justice. We can't understand what's going on with the outgoings of Arsenal. The outgoings of Arsenal are so scared that that don't make no sense. Don't make no sense. We need a hot new young talent, a new striker. Well, the hot new young striker talent that was on the market is no longer on. Well, he wasn't even on the market. You know what I mean? He came up through the ranks and he's not injured. You know what I mean? Plus, Bournemouth said they wasn't going to sell him anyway. Krupi, that's what I'm talking about, Krupi. You know what I mean? Krupi was a young prospect that we needed to draw in in our situation, but it never materialized because Bournemouth didn't want to sell him. I think Bournemouth was just trying to hold on to Crope to see if to probably raise the value of him for next season. You know what I mean? That's probably just my take on the whole Crope situation. But he's now injured. You know what I mean? So he ain't going nowhere. You get me? I don't know what other hot prospect y'all think is out there that Arsenal can buy. I think we can go over Juventus and try to get Yildiz. I think Yildiz is a very, very exciting talent. You know what I mean? I think Yildiz is a very, very exciting talent. So Arsenal could exercise that option. Yes. But what else? You know what I mean? There's not a lot out there. You know what I mean? We have flirted around with this winning situation for so long. You know what I mean? When we could be, you know what I mean? We didn't even make a bid. We just keep on having background. Make a bid, man. Let them reject it. Something. I don't know. Whatever. Just do something. But nothing had happened. So what's the situation now? The situation is now, here we are, with our back against the wall, looking, you know what I mean, to still bring somebody in. I was still trying not to rush to bring somebody in that's not going to operate or not going to work. You know what I mean? These are some of the things that we're talking about. You know what I mean? We need to start moving earlier in the windows. We need to start moving earlier in the window so we can get it right. We're not getting the transfer windows right. We have to get a proper transfer window right, at least early in the window for years now. Last season, we'll probably get a lot of things right last season. You know what I mean? But it was at the last minute, bro. You know what I mean? We waited last. We let it all work out at the end. You know what I'm saying? It all worked out at the end. It said, sell averse for Osimhen. Osimhen is way better and pressing. He is faster and is stronger. But Osimhen, I don't know, man. Somebody needs to go. Somebody needs to go. We need somebody that can put the ball in the back of the net. We're trying to defend a Premier League champion. A Premier League title. That's what we're trying to do. We're actually trying to defend a Premier League title. You know what I mean? We haven't been able to say that for 22 years. 22 years we have not been able to say that we're trying to defend a Premier League title for 22 years. So we are trying to defend a Premier League title. So we need to put up a proper defense of our Premier League title. You know what I mean? And we need to utilize what we have about 2 weeks left in the window. We have about 2 weeks left in the window, people. I think we need to utilize our strength. We need to flex our muscle. We are Arsenal Football Club in the man. You know what I mean? You don't see like you have no weight no more. Why go down? You know what I mean? We are Arsenal Football Club. Burton need to go out there and exercise his muscle and do what we need to do and carry some talent where we can get to bloom and blossom, where the fans can have some fun and laugh. You get me? Yeah, man. We need to do some stuff, man. Osimhen, how does it sound? Osimhen. Good player. Decent striker. You know what I mean? Decent striker. I don't know how well the gelling with Arsenal would be. You know, I know we'll get goal, and that's what we want. You know what I mean? We want goal. We want a goal scorer. You get me? We want a goal scorer. It's a different type of attacker for a different type of game. You get me? And I will personally welcome Osimhen at this moment on. You know what I mean? I think he's a better goal scorer than both the strikers that we have. So any which one, I don't mind getting rid of one of them and bringing in Osimhen into the football. I know I heard his wages. I haven't checked it to even see what high is. You know what I mean? What people consider as high. You know what I mean? But the thing about it is this: if we're looking to defend our title, we have to take some chances. You know what I mean? We have to do things out of the ordinary, out of the norm. Just like what we were trying to do with Vinny Jr. You know what I mean? That was something out of the norm. That was something outside the box. You get me? Because we understand the importance of what we want to do. You know what I mean? We're not only just trying to win a title, we're also trying to win a Champions League for the first time. You know what I mean? Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done. We have players that we need to buy to complement this Arsenal team. Our attackers are our attack. You know what I mean? It's weak. You know what I mean? If you look at the goals, you know what I mean? Our strikers to be exact. You know what I mean? They're not the bright spark of Arsenal. You get me? They're not the bright spark of Arsenal. We need to step up. You get me? I say we need to step up, and we need to do it. You get me? We need to step up and we need to spread our wings and we need to get it together. We need to get it right. We need to get it right. We have to do it, but we can't stay behind and just wonder what I want. No. It's time to make a difference, make a change. Everybody buying baller for more than what they're costing. A lot of the teams doing all of this. You know what I mean? We're not going to look stupid if we do that. If we pay an extra 10, 15, 20 mil, look at Chelsea. Chelsea went and buy freaking something for 117 mil. Manchester City went and buy Anderson for over 100 mil. You know what I mean? Nobody look at them as stupid. Okay, they overpay, but hey, life goes on. That's why everybody's saying they overpay, but life goes on. Can't hold them for ransom, can't kill them. You get me, say? Yeah, life goes on. So we need to do what we need to do to stay ahead of the game. We can't be going around and saying, oh, we're defending our title, we're defending our title. With what? We're defending our title when everybody is taking all the other players. Hey, we need to do better than that. This new Aston Villa striker sounds like a beast. I haven't heard of him yet. They say he's like Lukaku when he comes through, but even bigger and stronger. That's what I'm saying. And the thing about it is this. This is one of the things that I have a problem with as well. How is it that we wait until these teams go and buy these no-name players and turn them into a big star, and then we're going to pay 3-4 times the amount of money they did, right? 3-4 times the amount of money they did, and why can't we groom them ourselves? Why don't we take a chance? You know what I mean? Just okay, like we're doing at Zollis now. Christopher Zollis is there. We're taking a chance on Christopher Zollis now. You know what I mean? Why don't we do more stuff like this? There's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with this. You have persons who are searching for players for you. Why can't we find talents, groom them? You know what I mean? And make them our own and then probably sell them for a profit in the future. You get me? Why are we going to grow our own homegrown? Yeah, I understand it's pure profit. I get it. You know what I mean? I understand that. I get it. Yes, people, I get it. Yeah, it's pure profit. It's pure profit. Are you supporting Arsenal Club for pure profit? Are you supporting Arsenal Club to win trophy? You know what I mean? Why are you supporting? I want trophies, man. After 22 years, and me just win the Premier League. You know what I feel? I need more. I need more. I need trophies. Bring trophies. It said, I also think you guys need a player that can make passing easy as a center mid and a register deep line midfield. Eze is good as an attack, and Guimaraes is good for the holding position. We do have a player like that. We have the skipper. You know what I mean? The skipper is bad. Did you see the skipper? Did you see the assist? Well, it was supposed to be assist, but Vieira missed it. Did you see that ball that the keeper put on a plate? He put it on a silver platter for Vieira. It was right there for Vieira. The hardest thing for Vieira to do was miss. And what did he do? Miss. The hardest thing was to miss, and Vieira missed. People, let me tell you something. And Arsenal, these players are not even putting up a show to get sold. You get what I said? Them not even put up a show. They say, all right, you know what? They put themselves on the market. So, yeah, they're going to get sold. The hardest thing Vieira was supposed to do was miss that goal. That's the hardest thing to do, miss the goal. And that's what he did. That's what he did. The easiest thing was to score. And he missed. I'm telling you, it's we need justice, man. We need justice. I need about them babies. I need to find them babies. Them babies. You remember the babies we put up in the chat? We need justice. The babies that say we need Vinny. Vinny never listen to them at all. Yeah, but we need these players gone. You know what I mean? And we need Arsenal to start looking at them recruitment properly. You know what I mean? Because guess what? They're going out and buying players for umpteen money and they're just selling them back for shillings. You know what I'm saying? They're just selling them back for shillings. You get me? So we need to rise above. We need to do better in those aspects. You know what I mean? Mention Vera, that's another player that needs to leave. Vera needs to leave. You get me? Arsenal need to stop holding on to these players without any resale value. Just like we did with Norgard. We sell Norgard after one season. You can see what these players are up to after one season, you know. Don't be afraid to sell. Don't be afraid to sell these players after one season. You can't be wanting. I'm gonna have to talk about Lewis Kelly. I don't. It just seems like the conversation is just itching towards Lewis Kelly's situation because a lot of people have a lot to say about Lewis Kelly. You know what I mean? And persons are just kind of in tune to the fact that okay, Lewis Kelly is pure profit, but they're not in tune to the fact that look at the clubs that want Lewis Kelly. Take a good look at the clubs that want Lewis Kelly. Right? Manchester United, Chelsea, them clubs, them man. See me? At the same club where Kobe Mano, was sitting on the bench. Nah, get no game. Tell the club say want to go up on loan to get game time and then tell him no. You know why they tell him no? Because they don't even want to dream to know they're going to lose him. They don't even want to dream to even say, okay, guess what? I'm going to tell you go on Arsenal to get some game time, and you're going to go over there, you're going to love Arsenal, and you're going to tell him, say, you want to leave. He don't even want to dream to say, hey, guess what? I'm going to lose him. So guess what they do? They told him no. And he never go. He never go. You have to value your young talents, mate. You know, you have to value your young talents. Miles Lewis Kelly been at this club since he was 8 years old. Fight tooth and nail to get where he is. Show the passion, show the love, show the desire, show the determination. And show everything. And he deserves to be where he is. Nobody can tell that Miles Lewis Kelly don't deserve to be where he is. He deserves to be where he is. Him fight hard. Him humble. Don't forget that. That's one of the most things I admire about that kid. He's humble. And he's patient. We never watch documentary and see when them lion lay down in the bush neatly. Away upon them gazelle or them buffalo or them something for pass and just go and look. And just go and look and then patiently away upon a weak link. You know what I mean? Them lion just lay down in there and they patiently await on the weakest link. And they're looking and they're looking and then all of a sudden you see them spring. That's Miles Lewis Kelly. Patiently waiting on his time. Patiently waiting on his time. And as soon as they say Miles, he's gone. He's ready. Look at the performance that he put out. You know what I mean? Look, he played well even in the preseason and it wasn't his position. He was playing as a 6. He's not a 6, he's an 8, but he still went out there, he did a job and he played very well as a 6. You know what I mean? Why we need to sell Miles? You're supposed to have 2 players for every position, right? Okay, so we have 2 players for every position. We have 4 players in the midfield. I can't classify. I can't put him as a midfielder. I can't put Marino as a midfielder. Sorry. You know what I mean? Marino to me is a false 9, bro. You know what I mean? Marino to me is a false 9. That's the reason why if we sell one of our strikers, you know what I mean, I'm bringing another striker, we're not going to be short of anything because we have Marino right there. That's a better striker, both of them anyway. He's a better striker, both of them anyway. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Michael said, thank God for hearing my prayers regarding Romero, Romero. I ain't gonna lie, Michael. Kuti Romero was a disaster waiting to happen. You know what I mean? A disaster waiting to happen. I ain't gonna lie. I tried to look at the links and the reason for the links why Arsenal really was linked to Kuti. You know what I mean? And I can just see the aggressiveness that he brings and all of that. But with all of that aggressiveness, I can see the red cards just running across my face like this. This is what I see. You know when John Cena look at somebody and say, you can't see me. This is why I think the red card just running across my face like this. You know what I mean? You can't see me. That's how fast they moving. You can't see me. You know what I mean? That's what Cookie was going to bring to this team, man. Red cards, red cards, red cards. You know what I mean? And they would have been cursing that. Guess what? Tottenham sent them on an agenda over here when we went and troubled him and buy him in the first place. Hey, he's where he needs to be. You know what I mean? He's where he needs to be. I hope we don't face Atletico Madrid in the Champions League because Diego Simeone's son and Couto Romero, I think that link up is nasty, bro. I think that link up is nasty. Trust me. You know what I mean? I think nasty. Well as a six. And that's not his position. You know what I mean? So wherever you ask this kid to play, he played and he did fantastic. You ask him to play left back, he played left back, he was fantastic. You move in the middle, he was fantastic. You ask him as a six, he was fantastic. You know what I mean? He pressed, he scored goals. You know what I mean? People, you mess up, man. Y'all don't think that's a future Arsenal captain for real? Let's be honest. Don't y'all think that's a future Arsenal right there? These players are showing the determination and the fight to play for this football club. Look at Ethan Wanero. Ethan Wanero went out on loan. He's now back. You know what I mean? He's now back. And Ethan Wanero being back is showing a kind of work ethic that is not normal at all. The kind of work ethic that Ethan Wanero is showing is like you're saying to yourself, where has this been? Why Ethan never start with this? Why don't we take him, go out on loan, go through some hardship and some hard time and all sort of hardness to understand that this was what was expected of him? Why him never go through all of that and figure it out? Why am I wait until him got it so? For come here so? You understand? Why? You know what I mean? Toxic is here. Big up Toxic, big up Toxic. Wagwan, bro. Michael said, Riley, quick, watch the Villa highlight. This new Lukaku look fire. Sign him now. Man, they just signed the guy. They just signed the guy. We ain't gonna get him. Majo. Oh, man. That's what I'm saying. All right. Go back to the recruitment. Why Aston Villa and these clubs can go out and find these talents? Why they pick out this talent? Why won't we do it? What is going on? What is going on? Why are we not? Yeah, we just find this player. Why don't we? Why are we not some of the people that making that scenario happen? Why? We have to figure it out, man, and get it together. You know what I mean? We're going into people place and buying Madueke. I mean, like, I rate Madueke's skills still. You know what I mean? But he's not a finishing product. Y'all see Madueke penalty? It's like he didn't even know if he's supposed to shoot. He's supposed to dribble. It's like he was caught in two minds. He don't know what to do. Why do these players keep on doing this stuttering up if they don't know how to do it? You're doing this stuttering up and you don't know how to do it. Man, just take all-time penalty. Where's the all-time penalty takers? Just spot the ball, run in, and bang the ball. You know what I mean? Yeah. Why we can't do it like that? Big up David. Big up David in the building. Big up David. People, why we can't do it like that no more? Talk it to. So much penalties are being wasted, man. Too much penalty I get wasted. We need to fix it. Yeah, man, we need to fix a penalty shoot or something. Have you started the Fantasy League? No, not yet. Not yet. Been so busy, man. Been so busy, Michael. Been so busy. I'm going to try to find some time to look into it. Yeah, I'm going to try to find some time to look into it for real. So, preseason is done. Arsenal won one game against Girona. Yeah, we won one game against Girona. So the team never actually played in the big flight, in the big league. You know what I mean? We either managed to lose or we managed to draw. You know what I mean? So we don't put up a good fight in this preseason, none at all. One of the worst preseason ever. Everybody can attest to that. This is one of the worst preseasons ever. It never looked good. You know what I mean? It never looked good at all. I understand that the World Cup probably caused a little bit of ignorance. Who knows? Because the players they come back late, because they have to get extra time off. Just a lot of different scenario, a lot of things. Okay, cool. Understand it. We get it. But still. You know what I mean? We still can take away a little bright light from the preseason still. You know what I mean? We have some it and we have some miss. You know what I mean? The misses are the ones that need to go. The players that need to go, they're the ones that have been there missing, shitting, all sort of stuff. You know what I mean? The Vieira, the Gabriel Jesus, you know what I'm saying? And who else? Reese Nelson. You know what I mean? They're the ones that they just need to just shuffle out. You know what I mean? Bye-bye. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, them are the one we just need to just take time walk and just give us a break. Give us a breather. We need to buy some players where I go fight and defend this title. You know what I mean? After 22 years, we not just want to win the title for one season. So when the title become perfect, so if we practice to hold on to this title, we will become. You understand? Big up, David. Are you watching the League Cup? Probably. Probably, David. Probably. Guys, remember to put a like on the stream, all right? Remember to put a like on the damn thing. Do it, no man. Do it. Put a like on the thing. You know what I mean? Yes, so preseason is done, and we only win 1 and draw 2 and lose 1. Now we turn our attention to Manchester City on Sunday. Turning our attention to Manchester City on Sunday. And I want to ask, are we in the right frame of mind? Is this the right time for us? What y'all think? Right? As I said, our preseason did not go well. When we look at the players, you know what I mean, you can see that the rustiness, our defense is leaking like it have hole. You know what I mean? Our defense is leaking like a strainer. You know, when you put when you try to full a strainer with sand, you know what I mean? It's like an hourglass. You get me? It's like an hourglass. So I don't know. I don't like the leaky defense that we have. You get me? We need justice. Needs to be served. However, there's that special talent which at team age them now will give him all the game time. They will not give him all the game time. That I know. You know what I mean? Premier League look weak. Here. Why you say that? Why do you say that? I guess the Champions League will tell us. Let's see how much Premier League teams go far in this Champions League this season. Let's see, and then we can determine from there if it's weak or not. You know, but at the end of the day, it won't be. I don't think it's weak. Why? Because we have so much change of managers and stuff. I honestly don't think it looks weak. You know what I mean? If I'm going to be honest. I know we have some different managers. We have some players going. We have some players coming. We have some good players leaving the league. You know what I mean? One of the best midfielders leaving the league, Rodri. You know, and there's a lot of things going on with this league that I never understand. I've talked about it before because okay, well, if you're going to use preseason to judge it, though, I'm going to be honest with you. Have you looked at the other teams? They're in a shamble too. You know what I mean? They're in a shamble too. Trust me, they're in a shamble too. The other teams don't look much better than what's going on over in England. You know what I mean? So I think the league gonna start and we're gonna be fine when the league fun running and going. You know what I mean? I think it will be fine. It's not the best preseason, to be honest with you, because it is not the best preseason. You get me? It's not the best preseason. When you have the Premier League champions only winning one game out of the entire preseason campaign, you have Tottenham. Tottenham supposed to win all their game, and they almost got relegated. You know what I'm saying? They almost got relegated and stuff like that. So, I hear people say Manchester United is fire. You know what I mean? People saying that Manchester. People saying your team look good, David. So, what's your talk on that? You know what I mean? People saying your team look good. They say Michael Garrett gonna win the league. You get me? They jump right past Arsenal and go straight to Garrett and say, yo, Manchester United gonna win the league. I mean, like, I know y'all say that every season still. Even through relegation. Even when y'all down there fighting mid-table, y'all still think y'all gonna win the league. But what's your take on Manchester United? Manchester United, they will win the league. I ain't gonna lie, y'all don't that delusion as Arsenal was when we were talking all that crap when we didn't even have a proper team to compete. You know what I mean? We didn't even have a proper team to compete. Y'all barely just make it in the Champions League, or y'all talking about winning league. You know what I mean? Do y'all even have a good squad to compete in Champions League and Premier League? It's crazy, right? Got to be crazy. But hey, guess what? The Community Shield is coming up. And the Community Shield is on Sunday. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people consider this as a trophy. You know what I mean? This to me is just another practice game. It's a practice game that I want to win, though. You know what I mean? Because it's a practice game going to take away bragging rights. It's a practice game against one of our dearest rival. You get me? Yeah, man. We're them brother at war for years now. You get me? So them earn the rights to be called rival. Years now we are war. So one of our rivals. David, you're funny. David, you're funny. David, they go with the Champions League too. Maybe. You're funny. He's a funny dude. He's a funny dude. Yeah, so they earn the right to be one of our rivals. You know what I mean? Because we have them been fighting for a little while now. You know what I mean? We have them been fighting for a little bit over this damn trophy that we finally won. You get me? Finally won it. So the Community Shield is up, right? Based on the squad that we have, what are we looking forward to? Or who are we looking forward to? Right? What gonna be the result that we're looking forward to? You know what I mean? So much. You get me? Do we even have we can't make all these changes because it's a legal game. It's not one of them games where we can adjust the rules. You get me? So it's gonna be a normal fixture, you know what I mean, with the normal rules and regulations. You get what I'm saying? So we've been doing a lot of rotation, trying to get minutes in players' legs and so forth like that. The players that have just come back, they to what? To catch themselves? To feel them legs, you know what I mean? To get a little power into them legs. You know what I mean? But it's gonna be a tough game on Sunday. So with that being said, can we manage to overcome it? Can we manage to do it? You know what I'm saying? Can we manage it? What do you guys think? Yeah, so I don't know. I think we'll be able to pull it off. You know what I mean? I do see that the team is a little bit lagging behind in terms of fitness wise. I see a little bit of lag in terms of fitness wise with this team, but I don't see them not being able to manage or do the job that is needed to do to get over the line on Sunday. You know what I mean? They'll have another week in the bag to before we face pretty much 5 days actually. We have another 5 days in the bag before we face Coventry to open the Premier League season. But after that Coventry game, we don't play until the following Monday. You know what I mean? So we have at least 9 days, 8 days, somewhere there to get ourselves together and get up to match fitness that we need to be. So all we need to do is just survive these 2 fixtures in terms of fitness wise, you know what I mean, and play the fixtures and get some minutes under our belt. You know what I mean? Something they just need to know that they need to play smart and not hard. You know what I mean? And all of that. Bruno Guimaraes will be probably not starting 11. You know, it will probably would be in the starting 11 because he started training before a lot of these people. You know what I mean? He started training. Declan Rice haven't been back to training yet. You get me? Martin Zuberman, they haven't been back to training yet. Or did he? Probably not. I think we are better, said Michael. Last year we had unlucky injuries. Yes, let's talk about these injuries. So the club is not really in a rush to just buy any player. Mikel Arteta said that there's not a lot of players out there that makes us better, right? There's not a lot of players out there that makes us better, which is probably true. Or it's just probably an excuse of not spending. Who knows what it is? But regardless, right, we still have to make sure that whatever player we're going to buy can improve the team. The whole aim is to improve the team. We're not trying to build a squad. We don't need the bodies anymore. We have bodies. We need to get rid of some people right now. You get me? So we have bodies. So the whole aim is to improve this squad and make it better, right? So with him saying that the players out there, there's not a lot of players out there that will improve the squad. Okay, that's fine. So the ones that will improve the squad, find them. Find them, buy them, and let's improve the squad. You get me? Let's do it. Last year we had some unlucky injuries, as Michael said. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why we had it so rough. We pretty much have Saliba out, Duran Timber kind of out. I think Saka is okay. I think Declan Rice is probably just nursing a little niggle that he probably soon shake off with some rest, right? With that being said, we have a better squad this season. We have a more fantastic team, and we have a team that can go forward and dominate. You know what I mean? We were struggling with injuries last season, and we still managed to dominate and win. And Michael even said that this league looked like it's going to be poor. So if this league going to be poor, that means Arsenal is in pole position to capitalize because we're the same team. We have the same hunger. We have the same determination. You know what I mean? And we're going to fight the same fight. Probably even harder. You know what I mean? Because we want to retain, so we're going to make sure that we put in the work. You know what I mean? Guimaraes hit the ground running last year. Zuberman was weak. I disagree, Michael. I disagree. Zuberman hit the ground running last year. He just run out of steam. You know what I mean? Zuberman, they run out of steam last year because of the amount of games that he had to play. And that's why I'm saying that all these midfielders we have, the Guimaraes, the Skelly, the Rice, the Martinelli, we need them. We need all of them. You know what I mean? Because that's how I see us winning back the league. You know what I mean? With that core midfield. You know what I mean? Whichever partnership they're going to use. People tend to say that a lot of people saying that they need to see Rice and Guimaraes as their partnership. People say they can be too similar, so they're not going to play together because Rice like to get forward now, so does Bruno. But my thing is this: there are two grown adults that understand football to the T and love football to the T. So I think communication should be key. You know what I mean? To understanding what needs to be done, who needs to go, who needs to stay, who needs to run, who needs to walk. You know what I'm saying? I think proper communication will show that kind of aspect and that kind of level, you know what I mean, to make it work how it's supposed to work. So hopefully we get the truth that we're looking for. You know what I mean? This reminds me of last season when we were trying to get Eze and Odegaard on the same pitch, which we just couldn't manage to do for nothing. You know what I mean? We had a brief stint of it, just a brief stint. and then after that it was done, finito. Because Odegaard got injured. You know what I mean? So we didn't have it for long. We didn't have it for long. So hopefully we can see a difference in this situation with the likes of Bruno Guimaraes and Declan Rice doing the damn thing together. You know what I mean? Yeah, we need to see that one. We need to see that. All right. Michael said, first manager to get sacked. Who is the first manager to get sacked, people? Who is the first manager to get sacked? Who is the first manager to get sacked? That's a good question. First manager to get sacked. Do y'all think that Maresca gonna do a good job over at Manchester City? Do y'all think that Michael Carrick gonna manage to keep up with what he did? Do y'all think Michael Carrick gonna manage to keep up with what he did? Or Alonso, even? Do y'all think that Alonso can manage to do what he did over there? Where was he? In Germany? Michael said, deserve it. deserve it, deserve it, deserve it. That's interesting. Tottenham. Well, guess what? With all the money that they gave him, he managed to mess that up. Hurley out, he gonna be sacked. Yeah. Yeah. Deserve it, deserve it, deserve it. That's interesting. It's very interesting. Well, Deserve has been doing good so far in the preseason. You know what I mean? He has been doing well so far in the preseason. So let's see if he can continue that into the Premier League. The Premier League is a different animal, and we all know that Premier League is a whole different type of ball game. You get me? Total different type of ball game. So let's see if it's a situation where yes, he can bring it. You know what I mean? And make it happen. I don't know. I don't know if he can. To be honest with you, I do not know if he can. You know what I mean? If you guys do know better than me, let me know. Tell me exactly what y'all think. You know what I mean? Tell me exactly what y'all think. And we can go from there. I'm looking at Alonso over Chelsea. I am looking at Alonso over Chelsea as well. He has 1 game a week to play. 1 game a week. Chelsea managers, Chelsea owners are some no-nonsense people. You know what I mean? They don't play. You get me? So will they be patient enough to have him around for a long time to succeed, to reap? You get me? That's another part of the story. Will they be patient enough to have him around? You know what I mean? I don't know. De Zerbi is a good manager. I don't know if I want to say Alonso is a good manager. We see what he did in the, where was it, in the Bundesliga? Was it the Bundesliga? It was the Bundesliga, right? Yeah, I think it was the Bundesliga. We saw what he did in the Bundesliga. And it was fantastic. I got him to move to Real Madrid. But then the players eat him alive over there and he just couldn't manage it. You know what I mean? It's a situation where he just could not manage that atmosphere. They could go for Eddie Howe. I don't think Eddie Howe gonna want to go there, man. To Tottenham you're talking about? I don't think Eddie Howe gonna fool with Tottenham. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't think Eddie Howe gonna fool with Tottenham at all. And I think Eddie Howe is taking a break as well. I think that's what they say. He's taking a break. So let's see how long his break gonna be. Let's see how long his break gonna be. People say that he knew that what's his name was gonna be sold. You know what I mean? So he just couldn't bother. As I said, every manager coming this to win trophies, and if it's a situation where it seems like they're not getting anywhere because they're not getting the support, they're gonna walk, and that's what Eddie Howe did. Eddie Howe walked away. You know what I mean? He walked away, and it's understandable, man. You can't fight the feeling of wanting to win. You want to win, you want to win. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what project he will take up when he comes back. I don't know. So let's see. Let's see. What else do we got to talk about? Yeah, so the Community Shield, people. What's your score prediction for the Community Shield? We're gonna be doing a pod tomorrow. You know what I mean? A live stream tomorrow, I should say. We're gonna be doing a live stream tomorrow. We have some guests rolling in for tomorrow live stream. You know what I mean? Yeah, we'll have a full house tomorrow. You know what I mean? We're bringing in the Leaf Village. You know what I mean? We're bringing in the Leaf Village. We're bringing in the whole Dragon Ball team. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're bringing in the Leaf Village tomorrow. We're gonna see what's going on. What's going on? We're gonna dissect some situation and figure it out. You get where I'm coming from, people? Yeah, that's the situation. That's the situation. So yeah, we will be having some guests on here tomorrow and so forth. Yeah, as I say, going forward, we'll be doing a lot of things different. We have some new shows coming up. You know what I mean? We have some different shows coming up and stuff like that. So you guys look out for that. Watch out for this. Yeah, look out for that. Look out for that. It's gonna be some fire stuff. You get me? It's gonna be some fire stuff. But with that being said, the game on Sunday, you know what I mean? I'm expecting a proper show from Arsenal, though. I'm expecting Arsenal to show us the level where they're at. I mean, like serious level where they're at, so we can understand how to look at them going forward. And you know what I mean, if we need to judge or not. You know what I mean? And what are the strengths and the weakness, what they need to work on, what they don't need to work on. You know what I mean? We need some clear path of who is staying and who is going. We don't want to sit in our house at work or wherever we are and get another bumble like Michael Skelly being offered. You know what I mean? We don't want another something like that. So we need to figure it out and try to get it right. You get where I'm coming from? Yeah, we need to figure it out and try to get it right. I'm looking at the Gabriel Jesus miss. Seems like these players, the easiest thing for them to do is miss these goals. You know what I mean? It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Hopefully we don't have to start the season with the likes of Gabriel Jesus and and Reece Nelson. And I don't think Reece is going to be a problem because I think, in spite of everything, I think they are going to give Reece to West Ham or something. You know what I mean? Cut their losses. That's all it seems Arsenal have been doing, cutting their losses and stuff like that, just losing a lot of money on players. Just all the time. Just all the time. You get me? But our preseason was crappy. It was not good. And waiting to see. Preseason is preseason. I don't want to judge it too heavy. You know what I mean? Because it's just preseason. I don't want to judge it too heavy, but I do want us to make sure. I do want them to make sure that we fans have some satisfaction in the level where these players are at. You know what I mean? As I said, I think the best display is going to be on Sunday against Manchester City. You know what I mean? That's gonna be an official warm-up game for us. You know what I mean? If we win it, congratulations. If we don't, well, at least we get some fitness in our players, and we can move from there. You get me? Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going on. As far as Martinelli is concerned, people, Martinelli, 45 million, million euro offered from Galatasaray. I don't think it's enough. You know what I mean? I don't think it's enough. I do not think it's enough. Galatasaray offered 45 million for a Premier League winner. You know what I mean? A young electric player. You get me? I just don't think it's enough. And I'm not against Gabriel Martinelli being sold. I'm just against Gabriel Martinelli being sold for a little bit of nothing, for cheap. You get me? When you have so much players that are crap going for so much more. You know what I'm saying? So much more. What's the scenario? What's the situation with Berta and getting this thing done, getting some proper players in and getting some of these bomb players that we have sold? You know what I mean? What is the situation? Why are these things so hard to get done? And you know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, like, it's not like they're dead weight players. It's not like they're players that are not that can't play football. You know what I mean? They still have life in them. You know what I mean? When I say life, I mean like they're still able to play. They're just not Arsenal quality anymore. You know what I mean? But they're still able to compete in some lesser teams and still make it work, still make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So why is it that we can't attract some teams to get these players out of Arsenal? I don't know. It seems like it's just our going on transfer is just a circus. Circus. You know what I mean? And whenever people hear that Arsenal is in for a player, the price is different. You know what I mean? That's what I think anyway. I think the price gets different whenever we are in for a player. You get me? What? Yeah. Let us see. Give me a second, guy. Give me a second. Yes, people, yes. So that's what we're looking forward to. You know what I mean? We're looking forward to being who we are, the Arsenal, and defending our title. Defending our title. So Gabriel Martinelli, I think they're trying to undervalue. As they say there's a difference in the market in England and difference in the market in Europe. You get me? So let's see. All right, transfer wise, what's going on in the world of transfer? Oh dear. Um, Lukaku looking to leave. I don't know if there's a here we go on the Lukaku situation yet. You know what I mean? I don't know if there's a here we go on the Lukaku situation yet. But yeah, Lukaku looking to go to Galatasaray. You know what I mean? And Galatasaray and Napoli looking to buy Gabriel Jesus. You know what I mean? They still don't want to pay no money for him. See, this money thing come around again. They still don't want to pay no money for him. Right? So yeah, what else? Ozyman has been linked with Arsenal, you know what I mean, in the deal with the guy with Galatasaray deal, you know what I mean? So let's see if it's a situation where anything can come of that, you know what I mean? Arsenal are all in talks to sign Victor Osimhen from Galatasaray, and Gilberto has always been a huge admirer of the passionate. People going to say that no. You know what I mean? It's always when there's a links, it's always, oh, Arteta admired the player a long time, or this person admired the player a long time, which probably is nothing like that. You know what I mean? It's just a situation where, hey, this is an opportunity, and we need to take it. So yeah, the Osimhen situation is kind of unique. Would I take Osimhen? Yes. Yes. I will take Osimhen at Arsenal. Definitely. Definitely. We're looking to retain our title. We're looking to do some spectacular thing. We're looking to do things that we've never done before. You know what I mean? This is the scenario, you know, this is where we're at. We're looking to do things we've never done before in terms of silverware. So if that's the situation, then we need to do things that we've never done before in like real time. You get me? Yeah, Osimhen wages probably gonna be issue as far as people is concerned. But we were willing to pay Vinny a ton load of money. You know what I mean? We were willing to pay Vinny a ton load of money. So why not just switch that to Victor Osimhen? Or some of that to Victor Osimhen? Because if we had all that money that we wanted to pay Vinny, that means we have money. You know what I mean? We have some cheddar. So yeah, man, let's do it. Let's make it happen. Let's make it work. Let's make it work. You know what I mean? That would be a striker that will help get us over the line. I don't know. What you guys think? You know what I mean? What you guys think? The Osimhen situation. Can you guys feel that one? You know what I mean? Are you guys feeling that? Let me know if you guys feel in that situation. What else do we have in this transfer market today? Rodri, I think Manchester City has rejected another bid from Barcelona for Rodri. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think they rejected another bid for Rodri. So I think I don't think, as the report said, that is expected to go through. It is expected to go through. It's just that the evaluation is not being met at the moment. You know what I mean? At this present moment of time, that evaluation is not being met. So they're looking for a certain amount of money. I think they say what? 70? a 65 cents or something like that. And they're not getting it. You know what I mean? They're not getting it at the moment. So it's just not coming together yet. You know what I mean? It's just not coming together yet. But that deal is expected to go through, though. To be honest with the people, that deal is expected to go through. Manchester City is said to be in the lookout for. Okay, so this is another report for. Arsenal are big on talks today with representative of Nigeria and Victor Osimhen. They signed the 27-year-old from Turkish giant Galatasaray. I thought he was older than that. You know what I mean? I thought he was even older than that. To be honest with you, I thought he was older than that. But 27 ain't bad. Isn't that the same age we buy Victor? That's the same age we buy Victor. So that's not a bad deal right now. And he's a prolific striker. That's what we've been waiting for. A striker that can score goals, that can find the back of the net. We want that. You know what I'm saying? We want that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing if this materializes or not. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to see if this materializes or not. Because Victor Osimhen is the type of striker that we want to have at Arsenal, if you know what I mean. That striker that we want to have here. You know what I mean? So yeah, let me know what you guys thinking. Let me know what you guys thinking. Victor Osimhen, will it be a hit or a miss? You know what I mean? Will we get him or not? You know what I mean? Can we get him? You know what I mean? Yeah. Simeone and Julian Alvarez, you know what I mean, had their discussion, and Julian Alvarez has reiterated his situation that he wants to leave, and I think it was told that it's not up to them, it's up to the board. You know what I mean? So I think it's the board that does. I always knew that it was Simeone, you know, because Simeone would have been looking out for his Argentine compatriot. You get where I'm coming from? He would have been looking out for his Argentine compatriot, in spite of them wanting to go next door or down the road. You know what I mean? I still think that he would have still been looking out for him just to make sure that they still get the best deal possible in terms of the player to go to play football somewhere that they wants to go and feel comfortable in doing so. You know? So yeah, that's another one of the transfer rumors that's been doing the rounds today. Weren't there a couple of here we goes? Let me see. There was a couple. Here we go today. Well, let's see if we can get up tomorrow and see if this Osimhen thing gonna make any daylight or get any better, because it just came out today. So you know it goes. You know what I mean? Let's see if it moves in a brighter light tomorrow and we can make better of the situation. You know what I mean? I'm looking to win the trophy, guys. You know what I mean? I'm being honest with you. I'm looking to win trophies. So I don't know. So Napoli are aware of condition to sign Gabriel Jesus and talk took sides on club side. Deal now depends on Napoli exit. An agreement with more need, which is Lukaku. An agreement on personal terms, but talks on the way. So I think personal terms might be an issue because of the money that Gabriel Jesus is on. You know what I mean? Gabriel Jesus is on some cheddar. You know what I mean? Yeah. Gabriel Jesus is on some cheddar. I'm not sure if it's the kind of cheddar that they are willing to give up. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. There are reports also saying that Gabriel Jesus look like he wants to stay at Arsenal to fight for his position. That's a bunch of crap, you know what I mean? There's no position there to fight for. You know what I mean? There's no position there to fight for. Gabriel Jesus has lost that completely. Galatasaray in talks with Arsenal over Gabriel Martinelli as revealed on Monday. Gabriel Martinelli, a potential option for Galatasaray, has no breakthrough yet. It starts for Leo. So Leo is the player that Galatasaray really was after, but there's no breakthrough with those talks. You know what I mean? My thing is, I think Leo really having his eyes on the Premier League. You know what I mean? To figure out if I think that's what he's waiting on a little bit more. Waiting on the Premier League to see if something will happen, something will give, somebody, some team will show up and probably say, hey, you know what? Let's go, come. You know what I mean? Because the price is not expensive. I think is that what, 50 mil? Is that 50 mil? So it's not a lot of cheddar. You know what I mean? It's not a lot of cheddar. So yeah. It's doable. You know what I mean? It's doable. But they just offer 45 mil for Gabby, you know what I mean? And I think they know it's going to take more than that to get him out. So I don't know. And this is what I see breaking the rules again. So they offer 38. I said 45. 38 million euro they offer for Martinelli, right? And I've said to be interested in Ethan Nwaneri. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've said to be interested in Ethan Nwaneri. I mean, like, what's your take on the Ethan Nwaneri situation being linked away? You know what I mean? Ethan Nwaneri has been fighting like crazy to stay at Arsenal to show Mikel Arteta that he can be trusted and fight for a place in this team. You know what I mean? He has been fighting. He has played some good games. You know what I mean? He has played some fantastic games. He's even got a goal in the preseason. You know what I mean? He looks hungry. He looks willing. He looks determined. You know what I mean? He looks like he's ready for a fight. You get me? It looks like he's ready for a fight. And yeah. Let's see. I don't think Arsenal will sell Ethan outright. I do not think Arsenal will sell Ethan outright. There's no purpose of selling Ethan if there's not a buyback clause. You know what I mean? We have to learn to do business wise. We have to learn to do business wise. You know what I mean? We have to adapt from some of these players, from some of these teams, I should say. We have to adapt and learn. Because guess what? It makes no sense. We grow more players, sell them, and then go buy back a player that's twice as expensive as they are. That is crazy. Yes, people, yes. So that's some of what's doing the rounds today and all. You know what I mean? What you guys think on, you know what I mean, some of the madness that's going on in the transfer window. You know what I mean? Some of the craziness that's going on in the transfer window. Rodri leaving or wants to leave Manchester City. We all know that it was probably going to be a situation like that once Pep left. You know what I mean? The castle was going to come tumbling down. You know what I mean? Cesc was the glue. Pep was the glue in what was keeping all of them together. And we know that it was going to be a struggle, you know what I mean, for Maresca to keep those big players. You know what I mean? And who knows, Maresca probably have it in mind, his own players that he wants as well. So he knew he wasn't going to keep some of these players. So he probably wanted to bring in his own as well. I guess that's the reason why he's linked with the Chelsea player, because that's one of his own, right? and stuff like that. Enzo Fernandez. Yeah, so yeah, let's see. The Premier League is coming and it's gonna be fire. It's gonna be hot. You know what I mean? I can't wait, to be honest with you. I can't wait. Can't wait. But it's just like a week and a half away. So Friday is just around the corner, people. So no worries. No worries, no worries, no worries. All right, people, we're going to leave it right here at this present point of time. Tomorrow, we're going to be having some guests on the channel. You know what I mean? We're going to be having some guests on the channel tomorrow. We're going to be looking at a lot of stuff. We're going to be dealing with a lot of stuff so you guys can make way down to the channel. I say make way like y'all walking. Make way down to the channel like y'all walking. Yeah, so tomorrow y'all can come on in, subscribe to the thing. You know what I mean? If you are new over here, subscribe to the thing, people. You know what I mean? Do the damn thing. And if you if you haven't liked the stream as yet, go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? Go ahead and like the stream. You know? Yeah, we'll be having a couple of guests tomorrow at the same time. So it's gonna be a full house tomorrow. Yeah, you're toxic. It's gonna be a full house tomorrow. It's gonna be four of us on here tomorrow. So definitely gonna be a full house. So make sure you guys are ready for it. Come in with your questions. You know what I mean? Come in with your questions. These men are capable of answering your questions. So make sure y'all come on in with your questions so we can knock them out the park. The league is coming. We're getting ready. You know what I mean? We're preparing ourselves and we're making it happen. All right, people? So don't be afraid to ask them some questions. Get it? Yes, I. Yes, I. Yeah, so that's about it. That's about it. No news while I'm here. You know what I mean? There'll be no transfer news while I'm on here. You know what I mean? I would like to get a transfer news while I'm here. You know, it feels nice to just on here and get breaking news. Breaking news. This is happening. You know what I mean? That breaking news, that is happening. I just got the notification. This is what we're doing, and it'll be nice if I could get to do one of that one day. Should be Fire Live with collaborations tomorrow. Yeah, man, it's gonna be mad tomorrow. It's gonna be mad tomorrow. So we're gonna be here and tune into that, people. Tuning into that. I'll be back again later on, though. I'll be back again later on. Don't forget. Yeah, man, we're doing the damn thing later on. You know what I mean? We're doing the chilling and talking. You know what I mean? Whatever come up, we're going to talk about. Y'all come out and talk about your team. We're doing all of that. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Where are your team hot for the season so far? Person said the preseasons have been poor, so they're expecting a poor season. I disagree. I think we're going to be fire still. You know what I mean? I think the league going to warm up. It might start slow, but I don't think it's going to end slow. So, yeah. But that's just me. That's just my opinion. I'm always optimistic. I'm always looking at the brighter side. You know what I mean? That's just my operation. So yeah, people, let me know. Anyway, gotta go. Appreciate y'all for staying. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. You know what I mean? Thank you guys for the likes. Thank you for the new person that subscribed. Do the damn thing. You know what I mean? And we will be back again later on. We'll be greater. You know what I mean? So big up on the damn self. You know what I mean? This is Riley's World. And guess what? I'm out, people. Peace.